What's up, everyone, and welcome back for the first regional prediction of the RLCS season 2025. We got starting out the EU Open Qualifier 1. We're just going to run through. We are going to try and make a prediction for all of the series for this regional, all the way to get a regional champion. So the format this season is a little bit different than last time. Last time it used to be Swiss into a straight single elim bracket. This time around, we have little elim groups. We have two groups, Group A, Group B, and then the playoffs now are the AFL playoff format we saw at the World Championship. So no more great single elim. Not going to see a team get SSG this time around. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. We'll start on the left side, go to the right. First, we got Carmine Corp versus Sulaco. I have the rosters up here. Sulaco is Ever, Rusties, and Mako. I don't know much about them. To me, this is just going to be a quick 3-0. I think KC is the best team in the world right now. I think they'll make quick business of them. Synergy is 100%. Synergy's AJG, Dorito, and Tech Oz. I think that team might be pretty solid. And 100% Luis P, Acro, and Resi. I think I'm going to give it to them 4. I like Synergy. I think Dorito, Tech Oz, and AJG's not too bad. Not too bad. And we got Gentle Mates versus Starpoint. Starpoint, I know, is a Chronix roster. Was not a huge fan of how they played, and to be honest, I think it's gonna be a sweep because of that. Tanaka is the roster of Joyo, Oli, and Archie, which is 2/3 of the former Oxygen team. So I'm a pretty big fan of this team. I think they're gonna get through. I think they're going against Extra's team. And is that what saved the game is? It is. This is Extra, Astral, and Mixer. So some French players are around here, but I think Tanaka's gonna get done. Go ahead and move right here. KC, I think it's gonna be another 3-0 to be honest. And Gentle Mates versus Tanaka. I'm not a huge fan of Gentle Mates, but I do think they're gonna be just ever so slightly better than Joyo's team. So I'll have KC versus Gentle Mates, which I think is gonna be a 3-1 for KC. KC will go straight through. Gentle Mates will also go through in the upper bracket, but we'll have to face the winner of this group. Now let's go down to the lower bracket. We got Sulaco 100%. I think 100% is probably the better team. I think they'll pick in 4. And then Tanaka can probably get this done in 4 as well. And then, we got Starpoint versus Save the Game. I don't really know how I feel about this. I wasn't a huge fan of how Chronix team played. I thought they had a poor showing. And I think Astral and Extra are probably going to be the better team. I'm going to give it to them in 5, not freaking 15. What the heck? And we got Synergy versus Save the Game. Synergy was Spanish roster. I think I'll give it to them in 5 again. I think Astral and Extra making his return to RLCS. I think they'll have a pretty solid run. But that's just where it ends. Be a quick sweep for Julia's team. Alright, now let's move over to the right side. We got Ninjas in Pajamas, which is Itachi, Nas, and Oski. If you watched my last video, you'll know I like this team a lot. I think this is going to be a really good team. Really could be pushing up into the top of EU. And based off this past weekend, they seem just like that. And then Ascend is, looks like another French team, but I think this will be a quick sweep. And then we got Vitality versus Redemption. Now, many of y'all probably haven't watched this past weekend of the Open qualifiers because it was a lot of just like meh. You know, it was the first weekend. No one really pays too much attention. But Vitality did struggle. They weren't good. They had looked very shaky. And to be honest, I think they're not going to be as good as initially predicted. They can still bounce back, and they probably will. But I was not very happy with how they played. And to be honest, Redemption, I believe, is Cash, Smokes, and Toxic, the English team. I think they're going to get a game off, but Vitality are not looking too good. Stormtroopers is the rumored Dignitas roster of Abshak, City, and Jorias. They looked very good last weekend. I think they're going to continue their hot streak with a sweep to start round 1. And then RG versus Caliente. I think Caliente is Kadolf's team. I'm going to think of how I think they'll do against Golfs, Frizzix, and Rise Fox. How do I rate them? I think I'll give it to RG in 5, but Caliente would probably take this series. Now here's gonna come to controversial. You're probably thinking I gotta give it to Vitality. They got Zen, they got Monkey Moon. They should, you know, win with ease. But honestly, feeling NIP. I think NIP is going to come out on top this time around. NIP looked really good against, you know, some of the teams they were playing. They had a tougher schedule in Swiss than a lot of teams, and they looked pretty good, only losing one game. So I think NIP is going to be pretty good this first regional. And then Stormtroopers versus RG. I don't think RG is very good, so I'll give the Stormtroopers in a sweep. And then I still really like this NIP squad. I think they're going to take it, get it in 4. Now we got NIP versus Gentleman's and KC versus Stormtroopers. We'll get this second. Gotta go through down here. Sin versus Redemption. Not a huge fan of Sin. I don't think they're very good. I think Redemption will get it done. Novo versus Caliente. Who is Novo? If I can find it. This is Hide or Dead in my eyes, so it's an Italian team. I like the French a little more than the Italian. I think Caliente gets it done, but they're going to get absolutely stopped by Vitality. And then RG versus Redemption. I think we will see Redemption probably get it done and get their rematch against Vitality, where they are probably taken care of. Right, so here's our top 8. So we have KC versus Stormtroopers and P versus Gentleman's. We got Joyo's team versus Redemption, and then Vitality versus Astral and Extra's team. These are all best of 7s, by the way. So I think KC, like I said, I think they're the best team. I don't really know how to feel about Dig right off the gate. They look pretty good. They didn't drop a single game, but KC's just too good at this moment. So I'm going to give it to KC. And then next we got NIP versus Gentlemates. If you watched my last video, you'll know that I was not a huge fan of Gentlemates. I didn't think they looked all that good on paper. And that's all we have really to base off of right now, except for just a little bit of gameplay. And I thought NIP looked pretty good, so I'm going to give it to them in 6. All right, now we move down. We got Tanaka versus Redemption. I like Joyo's team a lot. I think they're going to be good. I'll give it to them 5, and then this should be a quick sweep. We got Vitality, Gentlemates. Ooh, wait. We'll actually come back to that in a second. We'll do Stormtroopers versus Tanaka. I think this could be a good one. This could probably go to 7. Both teams are my 5. They're my 5 and 6. You know, interchangeable, really close to each other in skill level. So I think it's going to go to distance, and we will see the. Or move on to the top 4. Next, we got Gentlemates versus Vitality. Right here, yeah, like I said, I just don't really like Gentlemates that much right now. I think Vitality's gonna come out swinging. Next, we got NIP versus Stormtroopers again. Saw this up in the upper bracket, and I'm gonna give it to NIP once again. This time in 6. Stormtroopers will go out top 4, and then next we got KC versus Vitality. This is the first of El Clasico in the European region. And I'm going to go to KC at 6. I think KC are still looking like the best team in the world. And I'm going to go to them 6 again as KC takes out NIP to win the first regional. So this is what we're looking at for the first regional. And yeah, by the way, guys, I know I mentioned in my last video, I'm gonna mention it again. If you guys want to watch Party with me, I will be streaming every single day of this event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make sure to turn on the notifications, subscribe if you want to come and chill with me as I watch all the games I possibly can. It'll be a ton of fun. We're gonna watch a lot of RLCS. I'm really excited to be back. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good jazz, and I will see you all again for next week.